Well, g'day tubes, how's she hanging? Pretty good here. Rainy, wet, not too cold though. It's actually about 12 degrees, which is nice. Compared to minus 12 is nice. So anyways, how's she going today? Like I say, pretty good here. We did a little bit of shopping, we'll say, on the weekend there. We left you last week there with a question of bench grinders. Well, this bench grinder here, I got at Princess Auto, of course. She's the old Pro Point. Pro Point stuff's not too bad. It's not super awesome, tremendous, but it's not too bad. And this one's been pretty good, other than it seems to lose power real fast because it's only half horsepower. Kind of small, good for little wee stuff, but for any of the big stuff that I'm trying to do, you know, not massive huge stuff, but big stuff, bigger stuff, it's a little bit and you know, yeah. So anyways, I was looking around on a bunch of websites and stuff, and thank you guys for all the links and everything you sent me. I just didn't really think that I needed a bench vise that was $3,000 or $2,500, or, you know, I'm not using it every day, all day kind of thing, so I don't need anything super awesome. Plus, a lot of the bigger ones that I was kind of looking at were all like 3-phase power. I don't have 3-phase power here, so all I've got is, you know, plug in 110, or I could wire in a 220 if I have to. So I just got looking around. I looked at the tool place actually where I got my drill press here from. And they didn't even really have anything. I think their highest there went to was like a 3/4 horse. I think that's right, 3/4 horse, something like that. Anyways, but they also said on their website out of stock. So I'm like, well, that doesn't help. So around me, right around here, for going to pick up stuff, there's a place called Fastenal. They're kind of way down in the city, but then again, we're into like a $2,000 grinder. I don't really need a $2,000 grinder. You know, I just need something. Oh, a sneeze coming. Hang on. Oh, don't you hate that when the sneezes sneak up on you? Sneaky sneezes. But anyway, so we looked at that, and I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think so. So I went and looked at my old buddy Princess Auto again, and funny enough, I didn't see this one on here anymore. So maybe there was something up with these ones, and they got rid of them or something. I don't know. Same thing with my old chop saw. They don't seem to sell those anymore. So I guess, you know, models change, whatever have you, and things change, new models come out or whatever. So I guess that's kind of what happened. But anyways, I looked on their website before we left looking for something, and sure enough, I see a bench grinder there. That's a fairly beefy one. I look at it, and it weighs 125 pounds. I'm like, okay, what the frick is this thing? It's so heavy, because this one, I don't think it has a weight on it. On this one here. This one's heavy enough. It's maybe like 40 pounds. It's not that heavy. I don't have a scale here, nothing to weigh it, but it's not heavy. I don't think it says on it. No, it won't tell you probably weight on there. But if you had a big scale, you could throw it on that and weigh it. But I don't have a big scale, so I can't do that. But anyway, so I went over to Princess Auto, looked at this thing. I'm like, yeah, that might do. So we got her in a box here. And the box is a little tattered. I asked the guy, I'm like, is this thing in here going to be all right? Oh yeah, they check it all over and everything. It just came in from shipping like that. I'm like, okay. I had a quick look at her there, and it didn't look too bad the other day, but we're going from an 8-inch to a 10-inch. Now this is going to be interesting. So far, you know, I've used my other one quite a bit. Actually, let's go have a look at that again for a sec. I've used it quite a bit, and I used more of the rough side than the smoother side here. So this one, this stone on this side is pretty much still brand new. And you guys have, you know, seen me use this many times in the videos and stuff. And I don't remember now, I don't think I've adjusted this little work table-y thing here since new. So it's not really wore down a whole lot, which is good. This one's, you know, a little bit closer of a gap. This one's, you know, millimeter more thicker there, or deeper. Now we could, I guess, measure these just to see how far they've this come down. But anyways, getting back to it, my issue is Princess Auto doesn't sell these 10-inch wheels, but I kind of don't think I'm going to need one for replace them for quite a lot of years anyway. So I've got, I think, new ones. I think over here for this one. I might have put them in my. I think they're in my cabinet, file cabinet there now. So, but anyways, this one is a caution heavy, 2 guys lifting. And Dylan and I brought it in and put it up here, and I'll tell you, it was all we could do to do that. So, but anyways, I think what the thing is going to be is I'm going to have to probably build us a stand and bolt this thing to the floor. I got some materials that I could probably, you know, use to build a stand. I don't know exactly what, but I got a piece of square tubing left over here that might still work pretty good for like the pedestal-y part, and then I'll have to find or create or make or something some flat plates, you know, one for the bench grinder to sit on, and the other one for screwed in into the floor. But anywho, let's man, this thing's huge. And this one, apparently you can current rating is 12 amp at 115 volts or 6 amp at 230 volts. So you can wire 230, but apparently it comes pre-wired at 115 volts. So now the only other thing I've got a bit of a concern with is my other one was a 3250 RPM, where this one's only 1725 RPM. So I don't know if that's going to be a factor or not, but I don't know. I've never used one that wasn't a super wicked screaming one, you know, so maybe it'll be fine. I don't know. I don't think you can adjust that speed. You know, my other one here is kind of neat. It's got an adjuster thingy on it, and I don't know, you can't really make it go faster, I guess, because of the motor windings, but holy cow, we're going to have to, wow. Well, let me just tear apart. What am I going to do here? It's actually in another box inside, it looks like, so I'm going to have to, I guess, try to pull this box apart. So I'm going to have to take her back. There's something wrong with it. Should be alright. Well, they've had it, I think, on their shelf for a while, because look at the dust on the top of the box is pretty nasty. So it's actually, holy cow, it's actually like bolted right to a hunk of plywood in there. Sweet. So let's just get her unboxed here, and hopefully there's an instruction manual. There's the foam. There is some kind of dust collecting system on it. I guess if you just hook a vacuum to it, it'll suck the dust for you. Okay, it'd be nice to get her slid off. Man, this thing is freaking massive. Some parts of it there. This thing is freaking super huge. I'm gonna back you up a little bit. I gotta make a bit more room here. I want to be able to slide her off, hopefully. Holy jeez. So I didn't mind going the 230 volt, but I didn't really want to get into something 3-phase, because that's like freaking major power stuff. Instruction book. Okay, give me a sec. I'm going to get rid of all this cardboard and stuff here. Okay, so first we want to get you guys in the right spot. First we want to look at it and make sure that it hasn't been used, if you know what I mean, and returned. Return it. You have to look at the wheels and, you know, make sure they didn't get broken or something too, right? So everything's looking pretty good. Doesn't look like they've ground anything, so holy frickin' crap, this thing is big. Maybe you have a hard time getting a comparison here. Let's get the one beside it, the other one. Alright, that gives you a little comparison. Yeah, a little bit bigger. Now if we do a measurement, we'll say from the base to the top of the motor, this one's, I was going to say 7 1/4. From this one, from the base to the top of the motor, holy geez, I don't know if I can get in here to look at that. I'm going to say it's a little under a foot. It's like 4 inches taller, wide. We'll just maybe go from wheel to wheel. Wheel to wheel, we're 20.5 inch, squeeze me. And this one we're just over 15. Holy frickin' crap. That is just ridiculous. Okay, so the first thing I want to do, of course, is fire it up. Let's grab a cord. Now it is apparently pre-wired for 110 volt or 115 volt there. So it's off. And it's not a super high speed, but I guess maybe they have more torque at a lower speed. I don't know yet. So, okay, I'm gonna maybe just keep a handle on it here. Move you guys a little bit here. Sorry. And I feel like I should have safety glasses on just in case. Let me grab a pair of them. This thing's actually huge. I'm a little bit scared of firing this up here, but she's bolted to this piece of wood, sort of, so let's fire it up here. Now it is kind of a slower RPM. That's still not bad though. You know, like it's still ripping along pretty good there. It's going to have a massive amount of torque though to it, I think. Like, holy crap, the difference in the engine. That should be awesome. Yeah, so we got a horse and a half, one phase, 115/230 volt. I don't know what I got to do for changing that. I might have to like get into the electronic stuff under, maybe it's underneath or something. Well, she's definitely a long runner. Fires up fast though, holy crap. Compared to this other snail thing over here. Let's fire him up too while we're right here. Show you the older one here. Oh, he's still on. My bad. Okay, so yeah, this one here, the old one is selectable. It's got a little, I kind of wish this one was the same RPM, but then it has a selectable thing there, so we'll just leave her on the full max. And okay, here we go. It takes a while to spool up this one. I guess that's because of the higher speed. Takes forever to slow down too. Takes forever slowing down. Till you do that. But I guess, yeah, the slower torque, they must have a lot more, or slower speed, sorry, they must have a lot more torque, so. But anyways, this one with the selectable, you can put it right down to 2,000, which is pretty much that 1725. So we're gonna do a little test here. Might be hard to hear it, but fire them both up and see which one gets up to speed first. We're there. That one's not even hardly spinning yet. Finally up to speed. Now which one's going to stop sooner though? Imagine this one will probably stop sooner, this guy here. I'm going to go grab a drink of my coffee while I'm waiting for an hour here. So yes, this one being a much larger vise, or a much larger bench vise, holy crap. I had vise on my head, bench grinder. It's going to have to be mounted down to something. It weighs like a tremendous stupid amount. Well, this one's almost done spinning, and this one's still got probably 1500 RPM going on there. That one's done. Holy geez, eh? Removable key. I bet you they're both the same. Well, that one's seizured in now, so... Anyways, let's get it off the skid thingy here, or whatever we're going to call it. That one's still spinning. Different motor windings, I guess, right? Different motor windings. So I'll unplug here. So I think I'm going to be just fine with this guy. Yeah, being the speed as it goes. Now I got to try to figure out how to get it off of here. Oh, oh my god! It's not light. Oh. And I guess running it on 110 will just draw more amps out of that circuit. So what is it? What did it say here again? Doesn't really say the amperage on here. It says it on the box, I guess. But oh, that thing's still going. Still going. But underneath, let's see if you can see underneath of this thing. Yeah, there's a plate on there, but you can see the wiring and stuff. And it looks like you'd have to take all that off if you wanted to wire it to 220. I don't really think that I need to wire it to 220. Seems to be pretty good. Maybe it would give it more torque. I don't know if you wired it to 220, but the size of that thing, I don't think I'm going to have too much of a problem with it. I hope, anyways. So, but anyways, we'll put that back down. I don't know if you guys could have see under there. Maybe I'll show you again here. I don't know if you can really see in there too much without pulling that bottom plate off, but see some wire things there or something. So yeah, so that will be awesome. Now normally with this one, what I would have done is, still spinning, is just use the clamp thing I just mounted on my bench over there and use it. This one I don't kind of think I maybe want to do it that way. It's a little heavier, so we're gonna have to probably build some kind of something here. I need a fairly big plate for that too, to mount that to. I'll have to see what I got back there. I wouldn't mind kind of maybe like a 1/2 inch plate. Give her a little bit of beef, you know. I think I got some back there. I'll have to go look again, but holy jumping, that's freaking massive. Oh, it's finally stopped. Sweet. But I'm gonna read their book here. The manual is over here, and see what they say in there. And I guess this box over here is like your tool rests and stuff. And there was some kind of, yeah, there's some kind of collection thing on the back here, I guess, for collecting, I don't know, collecting sparks. I guess they'll kind of all go out there and shoot out the back, but let's maybe see what's in this box here. I don't think you just put like a vacuum hose on there. I don't kind of really know how that works. Okay, so there's some piping, I guess, that goes on those things, yeah. And then a couple of look like shock tube thingies. Okay. Then T thingy, and there's the other side of that thingy. So let's just put those on maybe and see what that does. Okay. I do have an instruction manual. That would be probably easier if I read that, but so I presume these things somehow clip onto here. As it sort of looks like they do. Sort of kind of do. Okay. I guess that clips onto this end too. Geez, you think the sparks would melt right through this stuff? I bet you they probably will. They probably melt right through this rubbery stuff, plasticky. Alright, I'm just looking to maybe build that stand for this thing, maybe getting the parts today and the pieces and stuff, and then maybe making it tomorrow. But looking at one online there on Princess Auto, it's 80 bucks. But the stupid thing is, it's only provides 29.5 inch of overall height. So 29.5 inch. Okay, so that would be to like the plate thing. Okay. So from the ground, 29.5. That'd be right there. Okay, so now the grinder sits on that, and it's from the base to the tool rest, we'll say, is another 8 inch. So that's what, 37 inch. So right about here would be where my tool rest would sit. Now I don't have anything to kind of, well, you know what? I got a piece of pipe here. That's pretty close to the tool rest height. Okay. I'm a fairly tall kind of guy. You know, not like football or, you know, basketball type of size of guy, but that would be where the tool rest here, I got the tool rests on, that's where the tool rests would be. So, you know, I'm a bit tall of a guy, so can you imagine, get you over here, I'm going to be working with the tool rests on this thing about here, trying to grind things. I'm already hunched over, I don't feel good. You could stand up, but then you're too far away from your work, I think. So I would kind of like it up here a little more, you know, where I just have to do, I don't have to bend down to, you know, feel what I'm doing. So that's going to be a bit too low. So I think I'm going to have to make my own custom thing, you know, like all my benches, if you notice, all my benches are the same height all the way across, right? And those are, well, what are the benches off the ground here? A little higher than a normal bench, right? The bench itself is 39.5, including the plywood. You know, so that's pretty high. I kind of like having stuff higher, if you know what I mean. So when you're working on stuff, it's kind of here, and you're not kind of like down, bending over, working on it. So I think we're gonna go a little higher, make our own pedestal thing. Now, this is a really wide grinder too. It's a big grinder. For this one, from wheel to wheel, or actually better go tool rest to tool rest, is 18 inch. This one's 24. It's also quite a bit deeper too to the back here. We're going to say about 17. So 24 wide, 17. And this one only about 11. A bit bigger. So the problem now is I've kind of got stuff mashed over as much as I can. I got this guy mashed right over. The only problem is the door. If I use the door now, I guess this can move over a little bit if it was loose here. And I had to take the crank handle off for the table because it went like way out here, interfered with the door. This thing's freaking big. This is a big grinder. So now I'm looking 24-inch wide. It's 2 feet. That's right there. Like, and also if I go right close to the wall, which it'll have to be out actually more here because the plate, you know, it's going to be a 12, probably 12 by 12 plate bolted to the floor. That's 12 there. Yeah, that would be alright. So it's going to have to be probably a fair bit out from the wall too. So the thing is going to be sitting out pretty much, hopefully in line with where the table of that thing is. I can't push this back to the wall anymore because of the belt cover is pretty much touching the wall there now. So, and the only other problem is if I put that thing there, if I got something real long here, that might interfere with the thing. So I guess I could turn it and go sideways or whatever with it. Worst comes to worst, I could always pull out the drill press if I have to. I'm drilling something longer. The only other problem is the door for the sandblaster. You can only put so much stuff in there, you know, that's got to open to there, so 24, that would probably just make her if I put it about here, if I center it between these blocks. So it'd be nice if these blocks weren't here now too, because I could get it closer to the wall. But anyways, yeah, I don't really want to bash those blocks out of there because I don't think they're a structure thing, as far as I know. I think they were just kind of put there for the chimney, for the old stove. They used to have an old wood stove sit like right here, and that's what heated this shop up. So, but yeah, so you can see the old clean out still, right? The old clean out still there. But it'd be nice to get her tighter to the wall. But I think that's probably going to have to be the landing spot for it because of the width of the thing. Now I've got a spot I could use over here, but I mean there's a problem. This floor, I redid it because what had happened was it had sank this way and it kind of went down towards there. I busted all that out as much as I could when I first started here, but there's a spot I didn't get to over here that's sunk where all the metal and stuff is, but it could go right there and that would be perfect, but the floor goes like that, so I'd have to redo all that. But worst comes to worst, if I put it there, don't like it, I got a jackhammer and stuff, we can this part of the floor out and re-pour it, mix some cement up, re-pour it, and you know, go from there again. We can mount it right there. That would actually be probably a pretty good spot for it right there, I think. But you know, some of this stuff of course would have to somewhere else, and we could put it right here, be warm under the heater, but that would be probably the best spot for it there. Could probably do a wall mount too. Like we could wall mount this thing with you know, I could actually probably even mount it onto here and put out a plate with some brackets, but I don't know if you'd want to wall mount that, or if you'd want to, in height I want it would get all interfered with this crap, so you'd have to mount it here and put it on a plate and then put your brackets down there or something. Yeah, lots of things. I want to see something cool though. Side of here, let's pull this off. Look at the mice in here. Let me get a light here. Looks like a mouse burial ground in there. There's little skulls and everything. There's a fresher-ish one there. It's funny, I never smell it though. But this is the old chimney here. I don't know if I can get these in there to show you up here or what. Oh, there's something wedged up in there. Oh, that was where the smokestack actually went. Oh, it's all broken and stuff too. Not too sure what that is up in there. It's a piece of foam. I probably stuffed it in there trying to think, oh, that'll keep some of the cold out. But yeah, there's quite a little burial ground in there of mice that have fallen down. I guess they somehow get in there and down they go. So that's crazy. That one's still got a tail on it. Oh man, burial ground. There you go. Good place for it in the cemetery, I guess. But let's put this back on. That's funny, I never smell it though. Mice are usually pretty gross, but I guess it's, I don't know, there's no chimney there, it's all covered over, but I don't know. So I was thinking of doing like a telescoping thing too, you know, where I could have it lower and then telescope it up, but I don't want the, you know, the telescoping floppiness of it. You could just pin it right. I had these two pieces here. This little guy fits in this little guy here, this bigger guy here, but I don't want the, there's going to be floppiness there between the two, right? When it's mounted and stuff, so I'm like, nah, I don't want that. Because it'd be all over the place, I think, with that thing. So I think what I'm going to use is probably this piece of stuff. I've got some 1/2 inch stuff to make some plates. Actually, I might have some down in there. I got to go check that out. But this is going to be too high, so, because, like, geez, we'd be another 8 inches above, so we'd be up here grounded almost at your face. I don't think I want it that high. So we'll have to cut that one down a little bit, but I think that's what I'm going to use. That's good and beefy strong. And then we just need some plating. Alright, I'm going to go grab a bite to eat, and after lunch I will, or probably actually during lunch, because I'll take the wife out maybe and grab something. I'll go grab some steel. I got stuff here I could use, but they've got it up there already 12 inches wide by 1/2 inch by whatever length you want, right? So I might even get them to cut the other 12. I don't know. They're pretty good guys up there, and they might do that for me. So save me a bunch of cutting. All I have to do is kind of come back and line up the holes and the driller. I think that might be the way to go. They got a better saw up there than I do. I mean, I could plasma cut it, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. I guess they don't really charge you for cuts, so maybe I'll just have them do it. And we'll go get some steel. And I think I'm going to use this. Make sure I'll have to shorten it a little bit. I can cut that in my saw, but that should be good, beefy stuff. And I don't know which way I'm going to orientate it. If I go that way or probably that way. Put the plate on top, plate on the bottom, drill holes in the bottom where I can screw to the floor. Now the only other problem is I'm going to have to probably washer the front up, because this, for some reason, this extra little piece here is a little bit higher than the rest of the floor. So that plate's not going to sit too well on there. A lot of it will be back here, but the rest will have to be up further here. So I'll probably have to washer the front. Even the floor even doesn't look, wow. Do her quick. Even the floor here, it's got a little bit of a weirdy spot, but I think in my drawer of stuff here, one of these little drawers, I've got some 1/2 inch anchor there. Oh, I only got 3. I know I got some more. Yeah, I got more. I don't see anything else. The wire, those actually might not be long enough. I got a 1/2 inch plate, and then the floor, yeah. I think I got some other ones I'll have to grab. Plate. Sweet. So yeah, we went and got some plate. This stuff is freaking awesome. 12 inch by 12 inch, I presume. That's what he cut it to, is what I asked. So yeah, he's right on. 12 by 12 by 1/2 inch thick. Really overkill. And that's why they call me Overkill Bill. A couple little slaggy bits here, cutty bits. They're like probably razor sharp too, but anyways. So all this just to mount this thing. That's a lot of work, but that's okay. So this is my little model here. I can get this centered on both pieces so I know where to weld this guy on too. So we'll do some measuring and do some figuring and figure where we want to do it, and then I'll have to drill some holes for these guys. Hopefully that should be, oh yeah, that should be lots. These are 2 inch or something like that. Sleeve anchors, I believe they call those. These things are pretty sweet. If you don't know how these work, you tighten, well, you drill your hole in your concrete, so then you pound these in, and then it's got a little bolt here. Let's just put you on a tripod here for a second. and show you these things. These are pretty cool. Wedge anchors, I think they call these. So basically, let's just take it apart here first. I got a nut and a washer, and this little sleevey thing they call it, and this little bolt guy here. So what happens, you drill your 1/2 inch hole in your cement, you hammer this thing down, bang, 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 into your cement. So when you tighten this thing tightens, and this little sleeve thing here, see how it's getting bigger? It gets really tight about there in the hole, and then that's just wedged it in. Hence why they call it a wedge anchor, or sleeve anchor, or whatever have you. So that's what we'll mount her to the floor with. That's kind of cool how that works. So you just tighten that down and it just kind of spreads and wedges apart, wedges into the hole more. So we'll use some of those, but I guess for today we'll get this lined up, maybe get the height set up to where we want, and weld this on, and then hopefully I can get into primer today too even, and then maybe paint it up tomorrow. We'll have to get the holes drilled for the floor, and put the bench grinder on a piece, the other piece of this stuff, there's two here, and the other piece of the stuff, and then mark where the holes for that's supposed to go, and then drill those in too. So we got some drilling, some marking, and some measuring to do. Lots of fun. So let's see. I really wish I had a little ruler instead of measure tape for doing this kind of stuff, but I guess it'll work. So we got to measure and try to find center. Of course that would be 6 inches would be center there, but we got to do it with this odd shaped piece of stuff, so it's going to be tricky. Got 4 inches there. Pretty darn close to center there. I mean, it doesn't have to be bang on perfect. 4.5. Holy freaking crap, I got that pretty darn close just by setting her down. Now this is weird because it's not square, but you can't really do a side-to-side measurement. But I think as long as we're close, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, 4 inch, close to frickin' enough. So I'm going to grab my little marker and pencil out here, and this will be our floor base. I'll just trace around so I know where to put her back down after. Okay, that's good. Oh. And drilling the holes, I don't know, like it doesn't have to be right to the edge, but it doesn't have to be in too far. Like maybe if I went in, like, let's just do we'll do 1 inch that way, and that way. I guess we can see that. Same thing with this way. Do a 1 inch by 1 inch. That should give enough room, I think, to, yeah, that should be good. 1 inch by 1 inch. By 1 inch. by 1 inch. By 1 inch. That's pretty good because this tape is 1 inch wide, so that marks that out pretty good. So those will be our 1/2 inch holes we have to drill. That piece is good. I just want to set this up as on the floor, as if we're gonna setting it on the floor, and then see how tall I want to make this stand piece here. Okay, I'm gonna swing some steel over here. Where did it go? That's it right there. Oh man. So this is gonna be our, probably go this way with, holy cow. I've got some washers under the front. Now of course that is a bit too high. We'll have to shorten that piece a little bit. But I gotta kind of figure out where. Okay, so that's where the thing will sit on. Somewhere there. Now from here up, I gotta measure basically to the work table on these things. I've got, say 8 inch. 8 inch. Geez, I might have to put you guys up some. Okay, so 8 inches higher than this yet too. That's pretty high up here grinding something. Inches about there. So yeah, the tool rest will be up about here. It's pretty high. I might have to chop a couple inches off of this. So we'll say if we did that, we took 2 inches off, it would be 6 inch. About there. Maybe 4 inches off. 4 inches would be here, 8, 4. Just trying to think where I'd feel comfortable. 4 inches, well this whole thing would be another 4 inches lower, but the tool thing itself would be about here somewhere. That's actually pretty good, I like that. See, I'm not, see, let's just back his up a little bit more here again. I'm not going to be bending over then, right? Where that other one I'd be kind of down like this trying to grind with it, where this one I'll be about here with the grinder. I think that would work pretty good. So I think if we chopped off 4 inches, that would, oh my goodness, that would make her a little more user friendly. So let's grab our saw down here. We'll cut 4 inches off of this piece. Okay, this is the first big cut we've done with this new Evolution saw. So hopefully she'll just go through like butter. It's butter anyways. Okay, here we go. Oh, I gotta turn my switch on. Now we go. Works pretty good. I like that saw. Alright, we'll get some holes drilled for this floor plate. I should probably do a smaller hole to start, but I'm going to try to just do her with this guy. Pretty soft steel, so sharp bit. down here a bit. Sharpen it, I don't know. Seems to be cutting that fine though. Might have to get some spray out. I'll get some spray. Don't like using spray, but probably should slow my drill bit down too. That's why I don't like spray. May have to drill smaller pilot holes here, maybe, I don't know. Okay, let's 3/8 medium or something. Drill more, towards a half inch. No, chase down. We shall see. Momentarily. Back on base. Okay, let's switch. Now for final package size. That's definitely not sharp. Okay, I'll have to get a sharpened bit in there. Hang on. Okay, and our plate here, I got her pretty much centered. I brought it forward a little more so it's a little further away from the wall. And I'm just going to go in here and try to mark center. I'll probably go with a hole that's maybe a little bigger than the 1/2 inch. Or I guess these aren't quite 1/2 inch. What the heck size a hole is through this anyways? It's got to be awful close to that 1/2 inch. I don't know, I'll have to grab some bolts here just to see what size of holes those are. I'm not sure. Yeah, it looks like a 3/8 bolt, even though their little plate underneath here really doesn't line up too well with them. But the hole itself looks like a 3/8 bolt would be good, so I'll probably drill these 1/2 inch as well, and then I'll have a little bit of wiggling room in case I don't get them bang on the exact right spot, which usually happens. Okay, so I drilled my 3/8 here. I'm just going to do a trial fit here and see if that'll work. But this little plate thing is kind of not too lined up with the holes on the I mean, I guess they work, but I don't know. I'm going to try to flip this right up, maybe like right upside down. Hopefully I didn't just break something there. Ooh. And we'll see if my plate's even close here. Well, maybe that's to hold the bolts. I kind of doubt it, but you never know. Okay, so the marked end went to the front. Geez, you know, I'm pretty bang on. This one's off here just a hair. But I think with a bit of persuasion that might work, so I might not have to drill them any bigger. I need a persuasion tool here. Hang on, I'll grab a persuasion tool. I think we might be alright. Hey, that'll work good. I'm happy with that. 3/8 holes, 3/8 holes. She fits. I just got to weld the guy in the center here, line that up again, and I think we're almost ready to weld this thing together. You know what I mean? Okay. So yeah, this thing will have to, I'll mark that maybe now. Now, just got to make sure I do her the same way here. I think I was going to, it doesn't really matter, I guess, which way I go with it. Oh! It's 12 by 12 either way, so I could go that way or this way, doesn't really matter. But I think I'm going to go this way with it. Nice to be able to just transfer that over here somehow, and bang bang away you go. But I'll what do we have here? 4" and 4.5. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, I'll mark this and get her welded together here, and then we'll have pretty much a stand to maybe prime. Sweet. Okay, just before I get the HE double hockey stick comments about not beveling the edge, I beveled the edge a little bit. Anyways, not a whole pile, but I gave her a little bevel so we can lay a nice little weld in there. When I'm all set up outside the weld, I'm going to head her out and join these 3 pieces together. Alright, she's coming. That's pretty awesome. I think that's probably weighs more than the machine itself, but she should definitely be able to hold it down, I would really think. Anyways, I don't know whether I should put some kind of rubber underneath this, between this and the floor, or not. I don't know. It probably doesn't really need something there, but I don't know. Gonna have to try to get some primer on it though. Be nice to get her primed, but I'm just kind of letting her cool a bit, because I noticed this one I got a little bit of, it's not too bad I guess, a little bit of warpy though in the center. It got so hot, but now of course it's starting to drizzle and rain, so I better get this finished up here and then bring her back inside. Frickin' rain. I don't know where I'm going to spray this. I don't know. Well, I guess that's about good. I got her kind of cleaned up and stuff here, and I kind of think that should be good for a bench grinder stand. Whoa, geez, nearly dropped you. So I had to let her cool a little bit. It'll dry fast. This end is the cooler end, so yeah, we'll have to, well, yeah. I'm going to try to get as much as I possibly can. Of course, I probably don't need to paint the bottom. Primer on the bottom, which the bottom is this one. Probably just a couple of shots of primer. That'd be lots on the bottom. I don't think I even need to paint that. So what I'll probably do is try to get her into as much primer as I can today, let her sit, and then we'll finish her tomorrow with, boy, I don't know. Maybe we could do multicolor or something. I got some John Deere yellow. And I got some John Deere green. I got some orange Kubota. And some of this red. What the heck was this stuff? New case red. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. She might get a bit of John Deere green. Maybe. That stuff, if I remember right, takes an awful lot of coats to coat it with that stuff. It wasn't sort of super great, but I don't know. We'll figure something out. But anyway, so I'm going to turn on my fan and spray this. I'm not going to, of course, film that because I don't want to get the camera all gooey with paint and or primer, and we'll show you what she's looking like after we're done. Here we go, contact. That should be awesome. Okay, I'll get her primed. There we go, she is primed. Just a little bit still wet. I could probably get a layer of whatever color on her today too if I really wanted to. Which, you know, I might maybe wait till this dries a little more here and then put her on the floor with the floor side down and then just start spraying her. I think I'll let this maybe cure up a little more first before, you know, I lay that other stuff on it, because it's drying fast, but especially down on like the end, it's still a bit warm. It's like already dry. Spray it on, pretty much dries right away. That's pretty cool. I could probably do that. I'll give the top a nice coat, you know, so it'll look nice and stuff. And the underneath might be tricky though, but I'll get some to her, I guess. It's kind of nice doing it like this. Maybe I'll just keep it like this and spray something onto it. Boy, oh boy, what color do we want to do though? What would look good in the shop? I'm thinking a nice John Deere green. I don't know. The yellow's pretty fancy, but the yellow, you get a bit of dirt and crud on it, it might look kind of crappy. I think maybe the darker the color, the better it would be. Oh boy, I gotta kind of do it all today and get it done, you know, let her dry up and then we should be good. But I don't really have a whole pile of paint here. That's the self-etching gray I just used. Yellow and universal red. I don't know. John Deere accents would be kind of cool. It's official paint too, you know, so maybe we'll go John Deere green. And I'll spray it on today. Maybe I'll let this just harden a little more here and then go. I must go look at something with my drone though. I do have down here. There's a guy that just come flying past here, parked up there and started walking across to the next property. I'm like, what are you doing, bud? I went back to see him. He's like, oh, they're going to start building houses here soon. I'm like, well, not for a while. He's like, oh no, they're starting this summer. I'm like, what? Nobody told me that. So I hadn't been back across there for quite a while, and oh geez, there's quite a few areas that I just kind of, I guess, had an excavator and just ripped like marking areas or something. I'm gonna throw the drone up in the air and just fly over there and just have a look, see what's going on. I'll maybe include a bit of that on today's video, but there's no sound on it, so it kind of sucks, right? There's no, I guess you don't want to hear the zzz of the helicopter the whole time, so that's why they never put mics on them. But throw it up in the air here and see what's going on, get an aerial view. All right, there we go. Our capital I is done. Painted green, John Deere green. I can't remember which way is the front now. I think it's this way, if I remember right. I can't remember. That's pretty bad. I think that's the front. If I can find, well, I should have somehow marked it, I guess. But anyways, we'll figure that out, I'm sure. Can go either way. We should be able to anyways. But I do believe this is the front here. So I think that looks pretty good. That's got a couple of good coats of green. I got oh yeah, 3 coats on there maybe. So that ought to do. We'll leave her overnight and check her again tomorrow, and maybe tomorrow we can get our holes drilled. It should be tacked up a little bit. I'll have to put a little bit of heat on, and we should be good. Anywho, that's it for today. I got some Mavic footage here from the field across the way. So if you're interested in that, it'll be on the end of today's video. If you want to watch that little bit of a footage, I just did a little flight there and kind of looked and went down low, and it just kind of looks like someone's been over. I don't know, they haven't really dug anything. It's just kind of like tore off the sod. But I couldn't kind of really see it super too well on my phone app thing there, so Probably be better. It'll be better with the actual footage. So, but I'm not happy with the camera on the Mavic. Doesn't seem to keep the iOS too well. It doesn't seem to auto do it. The camera that's on the Phantom 3 is way better. The brightness is either too bright or it's too dark. It doesn't want to auto adjust, so there's a couple of spots I was manually adjusting it. Is it iOS or ISO? One of the two. Anyways, I can't remember. I think it's ISO. The brightness, whatever. So I was messing around with it. So there's a couple of spots that's really dark, and all of a sudden it's really bright, and then it's better. So kind of, I don't know, not super happy with it with the Mavic here, but I mean, it's still a pretty sweet little helicopter. Maybe not for taking videos and stuff, just for flying around, but anyways. So yeah, that's it for today. We'll let that thing cure up overnight. Maybe tomorrow we can get the big hammer, drill it, and drill some 1/2-inch holes in the floor. Find where we're going to mount it. And probably put the... if it's dry enough. Might have to sit a couple of days. Just going to mount the thing sort of on top just to get an idea how far from the wall to mount it from the wall. But we better let her dry maybe a bit. I'll see how it is tomorrow, and then we'll have to drill the floor, put the legs in, or the pinch bolts, I guess we could call them, or the sleeve anchors, whatever you want to call them, and bolt her to the floor. Should be good. And then we can get back to our bucket project. I kind of got off sidetracked on that today, but anyways, have a good one. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later, and the drone footage is up next. No sound though, sorry.